पीतवर्णं सुधाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिहृद्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ दशमोऽध्यायः विभूतियोगः। श्रीभगवानुवाच तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन मामुपयान्ति ते तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता।
Lord Krishna says that to reach me, you have to be very sincere, you have to be devoted. Without devotion, you cannot achieve anything. He says, those who are, Tesam means those who are, those means seekers, who seek me, who want to be one with me, have to pursue the spiritual path. They cannot indulge in the worldly affairs, do wrong things, think wrongly, and come to me. I will not accept them. To them who seek the Lord, seekers, Kesam, seekers are there. They, unless they practice spirituality. Then the Buddhi Yoga, through the Buddhi Yoga means intellectual yoga. This intellect helps such seekers of me, and they teach me, and they are one with me. The self, the Atma, the Brahma that is there in each and every human being, every being in this world. Wherever there is a life, no life, he exists in some form or the other. So it is not that easy to reach spirituality unless you are sincere, unless, say any field, even in your studies, unless you are sincere, unless you are hardworking, unless you are devoted, you cannot rise to that level. So can you imagine how difficult it is to reach God? To reach God, you have to seek, you have to work very, very hard. You have to make peace. Because reaching, you cannot reach God when you are fidgety, when you are disturbed, when you are all the time shaking like a tree. No, you cannot reach me. It says to reach me, you should have a single concentration, then I am there to receive you. In the second verse he says that not only through Buddhi Yoga, people, the seekers who are seeking me, who is trying to reach me, I show compassion to them. Through compassion also you can reach me. You can find me, he says. I dispel the darkness born out of ignorance. You all have got that power. But from Janma to Janma to Janma, from birth to birth to birth, you are swimming in ignorance. And ignorance is covering you. Like the brass vessel, when it is exposed for a long time, what does it happen? It turns black. It loses its shine and slumbers in that darkness. Same way, Atma is also shining like the sun, brighter than the sun, but it is covered by ignorance, darkness. And that darkness is your ignorance, and you don't know because of your misdeeds that has covered you. And the day you realize, the way you wake up, then this darkness disappears and you are yourself again. And God says, Lord Krishna says, I am there to give you salvation. This is what the meaning of it. You have to be devoted. You have to be very single. Your focus has to be single pointed. God, there is nothing beside you. You are the only my focus upon. Now you all know Arjuna and Lord Krishna were very good friends. One day they were walking, and while walking they came to a riverside, and Arjuna said, remember Rama's story of building the bridge of stones. He says, I don't know why Rama wasted time by throwing stones into the river, into the ocean. He could have shot arrows because he was a very good archer and built a bridge and walked over it in no time. They don't have to work so much. Lord Krishna smiled. He says, okay, if you think it's that easy, come on, you shoot the arrows and let us cross over the river. And he shoots the arrow and the bridge is built across the river. He says, now you walk. As soon as he puts his foot on it, the bridge breaks. Bridge of arrows break. Couldn't take the weight. So Arjuna gets shock of his life because that pride in him was there. That I also have equal power without Rama, without anybody, without any spiritual elevation. So Krishna says, you have made a mistake. You cannot do such good things in life unless you are spiritually inclined. You take the name of Rama and you see, we all walk over it. And he takes the name of Rama, he concentrates upon it and they walk over it. And the bridge of arrows does not break. So children, don't think you can achieve anything in life without his protection, without his blessings. Then they go further and they find an old man crying. They ask, why you are crying? He says, as soon as my child is born, Yama, the Lord of Death, comes and snatches it away. So, Arjuna says, he tells the Arjuna, please find my children, I want my children, I have not a single child left with me. So they all go and both of them go and search of it. They search up and down, east and west, north and south, everywhere they cannot find. Then they go to the Yamaraja. Yamaraja says, the children are not with me. They are with Lord Vishnu. To save the cruelty of Kauravas. And this is how the Arjuna was done. And Lord Krishna was Narayana. So these are the two avatars that were born on this world. Still further they go, and there they see a magician killing everybody. And they don't know what to do. They catch hold of his son, Purna. His name was Purna. And they tell Purna, first it describes, no sorry, the first it describes one, that Arjuna is a young and beautiful girl and Lord Krishna as an old woman. The moment this magician's son sees these two, he falls in love with a young girl and he says, I would like to marry you. There's not one condition. You have to fulfill our three conditions. One is that your father has magical drum, magical string and magical turmeric box. If you surrender these three, then I will marry you. That's what Arjuna said. That fellow, out of lust, sometimes that is what happens to us in life. Why we make mistakes? Out of lust, he agrees, and he is killed by Lord Krishna immediately. And so is his father. When everything is snatched away by them, the father becomes hopeless and helpless, and he is also killed. So children, these are small stories of Arjuna and Krishna showing you that how you should lead your life, how you should be spiritually elevated. You cannot rise above this mundane world if you are indulged in this. This world is a pit of all fire. It's all the time burning you with problems, sorrows, ignorance, so on and so forth. So rise above that. Be good, be kind. One thing is, yesterday was a Children's Day. We should first happy Children's Day. But children, the amount of noise, the music was so loud, the mic was blaring. I got such a severe vertigo, headache and vertigo. But till I went to bed in the night at 10 o'clock, I did not subside. Is this correct for you people? Is it right for you all to behave like this? So unruly, screaming and shouting, you are not letting your teachers perform like decent, well-behaved, good family children. What kind of upbringing you all have? I am very sorry to hurt you, but I am hurt very badly. I never saw my Neeraj like this. Never. I don't know why your teachers did stop the program when you are becoming so unruly. I request the teachers, next time whatever program you have, to please don't continue with the children misbehaving like this. Send those classes away. Whichever girl or boy is misbehaving from the class, entire class goes back to the class to study. Did you understand, children? Yes or no? Yeah, so be very careful. There will be many celebrations coming. Don't disturb the neighbors. There are many old people with a heart problem, with blood pressure problem, so on and so forth. And you are killing them. Your sound was up to the road. Up to the road, I said to my servants and said, yes, Amma, you can hear from the road also. Is this correct? What have you all done with that? This is a Neeraj. Suppose is the most disciplined. I felt very bad and I got tears in my eyes. What has happened to my school and the discipline? I believe in the class also, you are so unruly, especially the higher sections. You come from educated family or what? Are you coming from the jungle or from the zoo? No. Please, I request you to change your thinking, your behavior, your way of life.